Okay, let's be real. Have you ever felt like a website was, well, trying to trick you? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the subtle manipulations hidden in the websites and apps we use every single day. We are talking about dark patterns.
You know the feeling, right? You're just trying to read an article and suddenly, bam, you're subscribed to a mailing list you never actually wanted.
Or what about the classic hunt for the unsubscribe button? It's like you're searching for a needle in a haystack, and you just know they made it tiny and gray on purpose. It feels like a maze designed just to make you give up.
Now, it's easy to just write that off as, a clumsy interface or a simple mistake. But what if I told you that feeling of frustration is the entire point?
That's right. It's not an accident. It's a deliberate strategy. It's a form of manipulation so subtle, so quiet that honestly, most of us don't even see it happening.
So these sneaky techniques actually have a name: dark patterns. Let's kick things off by breaking down exactly what they are.
The term itself was coined way back in 2010 by a designer named Harry Brignall, and he defined it as a user interface that's been carefully crafted to trick you. It's all about nudging you toward a choice that benefits the business, not you.
And this is the part that's so important to get. A dark pattern isn't a bug. It's not a mistake in the code. No, it's a feature. It's intentionally designed, kind of like a Venus flytrap, to lure you in. It's built right into the user experience to get you to act against your own best interests.
So, how do these things actually work on us? How are they so darn effective? Well, it turns out they're so powerful because they exploit the little mental shortcuts our brains use to make decisions every single day.
Let's look at one of the most common examples out there. One I guarantee you have encountered this week, maybe even today: the cookie consent banner.
Just look at how this works. The choice the company wants you to make, accept all, is always the big, bright, easy-to-click button. But the option that actually respects your privacy, manage settings, is usually faint, small, and buried behind extra clicks. This is not an accident. This is predatory design in action.
This is just pure psychology. These designs tap directly into our built-in cognitive biases. They exploit the default effect, our tendency to just go with whatever box is already checked because it's easier. They might use scarcity to create a fake sense of urgency, or even use shame with language like, "No, I don't want to save money." They're designed to completely bypass our rational judgment.
Now, to see how powerful this is in the real world, let's dig into a case study involving one of the biggest platforms on the entire planet, Facebook. So this isn't just a theory. A really detailed report from 2018 documented exactly how Facebook used these techniques to push its users into sharing a lot more data than they might have wanted to. The report laid out what it called a journey of coercion. When a user tried to pick the more private option, they didn't get a simple button. Oh no! They were funneled through screen after screen of confusing options. The path of least resistance was always to just give up more data. The path to privacy was deliberately made exhausting, leading to what the report so perfectly called fatigued surrender.
And that phrase right there, it just says it all. The interface wasn't designed to get your informed consent. It was designed to wear you down until you just gave in. It transformed a meaningful choice into an act of pure exhaustion.
Okay, so that all sounds pretty bleak, I know. But it's not the whole story. There is a growing movement fighting back against these practices to design a more ethical, more respectful web. And this really puts designers in a tough spot. I mean, they're often judged on things like conversion rates and how much data they capture. So when profit is the only real goal, ethics can feel like an afterthought. It raises this huge question: how can you be a good designer in a system that's kind of compromised? Well, the solution is really to change what we're measuring. Instead of just chasing short-term clicks at any cost, what if the number one goal was user trust?
A design that respects its users isn't just the ethical thing to do, it's sustainable. It builds long-term credibility instead of burning through user goodwill for a quick win.
So what does this better way actually look like out in the wild? A fantastic example is Apple's App Tracking Transparency feature, which you've probably seen pop up on your iPhone. Just notice how this is designed. The question is totally direct and clear. The two choices, Ask App Not to Track and Allow, are presented with the exact same visual weight. It's a balanced choice. There's no trickery here. This is what design looks like when it serves the user, when it empowers them to make a real, informed decision. So at the end of the day, the crucial point is this. Whether we're talking about a cookie banner, a privacy setting, or an unsubscribe page, every single design choice reflects a set of values. It says something about whether a company sees its users as people to be respected or just as resources to be mined. And that leaves us with a pretty big question to think about. See, dark patterns don't shout, they whisper. They don't block the door, they just gently guide you through the wrong one. And as we navigate this world, it's worth asking ourselves, what kind of spaces are we creating, and what are we accepting with every single click?